Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with another video. We've got a comic book called to show off. I'm doing it for the month of March. I was doing like the new comic book day videos. I think I'm kind of done doing those. I'm going to go back to doing just once a month haul videos. I kind of just got bored with doing them, to be honest. I know some people liked them, some people didn't like them. But for me personally, I like, just showing everything I got off all at once. And I was never on time with my comic book haul videos. They were always like a week behind because of my comic book store. But if you're in the area, go check out CNG's Comics and Toys. I'll leave a link down below. Also, check out my podcast, Otakuology, where you can see some pretty fun stuff. I do it with my friend. It's a pretty fun podcast. And if you're new or a returning viewer, thanks for coming back and watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you're reading and you're collecting. I would love to know that. Let's conversate about it. But without further ado, let's get into this and let's talk about all the books that I got. Alright, so starting off, we have Moon Knight issue number 1 by Jed MacKay. This, I think, continues from the Fist of Khonshu storyline. They just decided to renumber it for some reason. I did read this. I won't go into too many spoilers right now. I did somewhat enjoy it, but it was kind of a mixed bag for me. I don't know if I'm going to be picking up issue number 2 moving forward. But I think they take Moon Knight into some pretty interesting places within this first issue, I have to say. Next, we have Black Cat issue number 7. This is the last issue of Black Cat that I will be picking up, sad to say. I just haven't really been enjoying it, and I keep hoping it's going to get better, and I feel like I'm just kind of wasting my money because I like the pretty covers, to be honest. And I'm not a big fan of Mary Jane as Venom, and this whole new story arc is about Mary Jane as Venom with Felicia Hardy, going on an intergalactic thing where they steal something. I can't remember what they steal, but yeah, sad to say that that's going off the pull list. Next, we have one that I decided to try out. This is Jessica Jones Alias issue number 1. This is the Red Band issue or miniseries. I kind of got excited because I haven't read an Alias book in years. It's been years since we got Alias. So I think I'm going to try it out and see exactly how it is. I've loved a lot of the other Red Band stuff, like the Punisher one and then the Daredevil one. That was really, really good. Speaking of Daredevil, we have issue number 5 of Daredevil and Punisher. This was a pretty solid read, I have to say. I'm going to be doing reviews for all 5 issues. As of this moment, this is the last issue for this miniseries. I don't know if they're going to continue it, because at the end of this, they do say this is the end for now. So we might be getting more books. I don't know, but that'll be cool to see, because I like the whole grounded thing, or the grounded side of the Marvel Universe that I've been reading so far with Daredevil and Punisher. I've really been getting into that with more of the street level superheroes and villains. I think that's a really cool thing that they're, pushing more of, I have to say. Then we have Punisher issue number 2 right here. I have not read this yet, but I did enjoy issue number 1. I'm curious to see if they fix what's wrong with Frank's head. And I hope this explains a lot more since we've gotten in the first issue and the Punisher Red Band stuff, because that continued from this series. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty crazy Jigsaw cover right there, just saying. And then next we have Planet She-Hulk, issue number 5. One more away from the penultimate issue of this. It's only ran for 6 issues. I'm curious to know how the sales did for this book. This was supposed to be an ongoing series, and it only made it 6 issues. I personally really have been enjoying it. It's been a fun read. See Jessica. Is it Jessica? I forget what her name is. Walters? Jessica Walters is She-Hulk? No, Jennifer Walters. I don't know why I wanted to call her Jessica. Jennifer Walters is She-Hulk, and she's on Scar. And, shit happens, just saying. So, moving along. I don't even remember what She-Hulk's name is, to be honest. I want to say it's Jennifer. I don't remember. Then we have Last but not least, we have Ultimate Wolverine for the Marvel stuff. For this is number 15 right here. I'm sad to kind of see this series go with issue 16. I hope they eventually, I guess, bring back the Ultimate Universe or whatever they're doing for Ultimate Endgame. And I hope we get more of this, because this has been a fun book to read, to see the reimagining of, like, not the X-Men, but like sort of the X-Men and Wolverine, and like how that unfolded. So yeah, sad to see this leave. Eventually I will get to reviewing this issue, and then yeah, that's all the stuff I picked up from Marvel. Now let's move on to all of the indie stuff. So moving along to all the indie books that I picked up, I got a big old stack of indie books for you to show off. First one that I picked up that I picked up is Usagi Yojimbo Kato 84. This is like a jump into the future of the Usagi Yojimbo universe. We're in the 80s now. 22 Comics will not like this book because it is set in the 80s, unfortunately, where we see Usagi's descendant, in the 80s, doing his thing. It's a very different take of the Usagi Yojimbo world, but it's kind of familiar in a sense, and we get into some hijinks and stuff, but it's really cool to see other people taking on the Usagi Yojimbo creative mantle from Stan Sakai. Stan Sakai did actually, supervise this book, and it does fit into the Usagi timeline and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool to have. It's just gonna be a mini series, but it's definitely worth your time if you're looking to get into Usagi Yojimbo. It's fun. It's fun because you can kind of jump into Usagi Yojimbo in any section of the story, or any story arc. You can just jump into it and read it and enjoy it, and that's how awesome it is to and easy it is to get into and jump into. This next one I picked up purely on nostalgia, because this did get a reprint last year, I think it was, with the whole Battle Beast blind bag stuff. Well, I picked up another reprint of it, which is Marvel Team Ups issue number 14. This is the Ryan Otley cover. I'm kind of glad that I did not pay a buttload of money for this book, for the reprint or the original, because I kind of didn't like this book. This book was just Invincible and Spider-Man fighting Doc Ock and then kind of hanging out, and Invincible goes back to his own world. It is canon to the Invincible story, but I just kind of didn't like it. It's just okay. I don't know why people love this book. Maybe I'm an outlier in my opinion in that. But hey, who knows? Next we have Dork issue number 2. I did do a review of this on my channel. I love this book. It is so much fun, especially if you're in fantasy and kind of adventure books. This book is up your alley, and it's fun. It's just a fun book, and you get to hang out with medieval Doctor Doom right there. He's not Doctor Doom. I don't remember who is. The Time Lord is what his name was, or Time Master. Then we have White Sky, issue number 1, the second printing. This book was good. I actually am going to be doing a review of issues 1 and 2 on my podcast, Otakuology, coming up in the next week or so. So check out that episode whenever it comes out. I did enjoy this. I don't think you should run out to go buy this book. It is good. Just don't give in to the FOMO and don't pay those ridiculous prices that people are asking on the secondhand market. Wait for a second and third printing to go buy this book. But it's good. It's good. Next, we have Rocketeer the Island. This is issue number 1. This is a story that was written by Dave Stevens, but I think he never got to complete it. And the folks at IDW picked it up and finished it for him. Some pretty cool stuff happens in this. One, we get to see Popeye and Tintin. Tintin and Popeye are in the Rocketeer universe. That's pretty cool. And they end up, I'm going to spoil it for you guys, they end up on Skull Island. So King Kong's going to show up in the Rocketeer, just saying. This is going to be a fun little 4-issue miniseries. If you like pulpy stuff, like the Rocketeer or Zorro or the Phantom, stuff like that, pretty good read, I have to say. I haven't read much Rocketeer, but this is the first series I actually started to collect for the Rocketeer miniseries, and I actually really did enjoy it. I have read sporadic Rocketeer stuff throughout my comic book collecting. Next, we have Escape, issue number 6. Issue number 6 of Escape. This finishes out the first story arc for Escape, and then we're moving on into the second story arc. Ugh. If you pick up one book and like you're looking for like a good book that'll hit you in the feels each and every issue, like this book is the book you need to read. Just saying, this book is a solid book. One of my personal favorites every time I read it. I'm amazed how well it is, and like I feel like more people need to read Escape. Next, we have White Sky issue number 2. This is the Invincible cover. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I did enjoy it, and go check out my podcast about it. I don't know if I'm going to continue to read this book, but I will say, for some, maybe wait for the trade, because I think it's going to read better in the trade. Nothing gets answered in this book except for one thing. Who is talking to Violet? I will not spoil that, but we find out who actually is talking to Violet in this issue. We don't find out what happens and like how this world got, taken over by the ghosties. No, we don't find that out. We find out who is talking to Violet. Next, we have Ghost Pepper, issue number 9. This is like a slice of life sci-fi book, I feel like, because this book moves so slow, but yet I'm still sticking around for it, and I'm really enjoying it. That's weird to say, and they keep slowly building up, like, the Ghost Pepper book. Like, it's been several issues, and the story has moved kind of like molasses almost. But yeah, they're going against Batra in this, which, crazy, Next, we have Exquisite Corpses, issue number 11. We're getting closer and closer to the ending of this series. They just announced a one-shot called The Book of the Dead and three mini-series, Rascal Randy, The Lone Gunman, and then Fox Matt's Killer, they announced. So I'm really curious to see who is going to win this. I think they're going to pull like a fast one and have none of the killers win, and somebody else is going to take the killer spot and win this, to be honest. That's what I think is going to happen. Slight spoilers. I don't know if that's slight predictions, I would say. Predictions. Next, we have Battle Beast, issue number 7. This took a really long hiatus. I forgot that this was still coming out, and I still had it on my pull list. But we got a cool Todd McFarlane cover right there. He doesn't really do many covers nowadays, but I had to pick that up. I thought it was pretty fun and cool to get. I don't know if I'm going to continue with Battle Beast, to be honest. I love it, but it comes out so sporadically, I forget what happened in the previous issues. Next, we have Racer X, issue number 5 right here. I have not read it, but I did read the Speed Racer issue that came out, I think it was this month. It was really good. It was solid. But it's in my box right now, and I can't go get it. Because I was trying to organize all my books. What you guys don't see in this table is my unorganized comics. I'm very unorganized right now at the moment. Then we have a 51, issue number 1. This is like a sci-fi Men in Black meets like Warehouse 13 almost. With like a slight comedic spin on it. These guys have to go get back all the lost Area 51 like experiments or like secret weapons and stuff. They have to go find them because the president's son ends up like throwing a party at Area 51 and loses everything. It's a pretty fun little premise, and I recommend definitely checking it out if you're into like some quirky like sci-fi stuff. Next, we have the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. I know I was very high on I was high on something when I was reading it, just saying. I was high on something. I know I was pretty high on like the first issue. I don't know if I can say that about issue number 2. I hope issue number 3 kind of turns it around. Maybe I have to go back and reread this. I don't know if I was in the right mindset, but yeah, there's issue number 2. Then we have issue number 5 of 5 for Power Rangers TMNT 3. No more Power Rangers TMNT. This is done. It's over. We're probably going to get a 4th one, just saying. But yeah, not much to say about that. Then we have Shredder issue number 6. I'm surprised I made it to 6 issues, to be honest. This has been up and down the whole time, I feel like. But we're starting to get somewhere in the story. Yeah. Then we have Final Boss, and this is the last book I picked up for the indie stuff. Final Boss issue number 5. I've only read the first issue of this. I don't know what that says about me as a comic book reader, but I've only read the first issue of this, and I continue to pick this up. I hope it's good after issue number 1, because I did enjoy issue number 1. I enjoyed the premise. So we'll see. I think after 6, it starts a new story arc, so I don't know if I'm going to move past issue number 6 or not, but yeah. Final Boss issue number 5. So now, let's move on to the big stack, which is the DC books. Alright, so moving along to the DC comics that I picked up. Here's the big old stack right here. The first one I picked up, or the first 2 I picked up by my dad. The first 2 I picked up solely for the covers. I'm not a big variant cover guy, but I occasionally I will pick up a fun variant cover. I am very picky, I feel like, when it comes to variant covers. This first one is Justice League Unlimited issue number 16. I picked up the A cover for this one, and I love this one so much. It's Metamorpho breakdancing. Look at him. He's got his little Batman cup right there, and then he's got his Superman shoes on. I'm all here for it. Like, I love this cover. I don't know who the artist is for this, but this is going on the wall behind me so I can enjoy it in its all Metamorpho goodness, because this just makes me smile every time I see it. Just saying. Alright, so this next one is also a bona fide wall book. Just saying. Bona fide wall book. This is Justice League Unlimited issue number 17. And you know, I had to get Booster Gold and Blue Beetle right here, wearing their matching sweaters. I mean, this is just an awesome cover. Gonna be honest, cover of the year, just saying. Like right there. I didn't even pick up the A cover for this. I just picked up the B cover. So yeah, super excited to have this. Maybe I can find out who did the art for this and maybe track them down and do like get him to sign it or something. Because I'm all here for Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. They need to bring them back. I mean, they are back technically, but give them their own series again. I want Booster Gold and Blue Beetle to have their own series. Like Blue and Gold, the miniseries, was such a phenomenal read. Bring them back. Bring them back. I like them. Then we have issue number 17 of JSA. This is JSA year 1 right here. This is chapter 5, I think it is. Yeah, 5. I'm glad we're moving on from the story. I've said it before. I'm sort of interested in what's going on, but there's so many moving pieces. I'm kind of like, let's speed this along and let's get back into like what we started with after Ragnarok, which was like the search for the Spectre and rebuilding the team for the JSA. Sadly, we have to see Wildcat get killed in this issue again. I mean, they just can't, Wildcat just can't catch a break. But we have to see him murdered again in this issue. It's so sad. He gets stabbed in the back by like the Cobra people. Next, we have issue number 7 of Batman. Right here, I am behind on my Batman reading. The only time I ever read Batman books, I feel like nowadays, is when I'm on the Gotham City Lights podcast reading Batman books. I'm behind on so many books. So yeah, there's Batman. This has the new version of the Joker, I think it is in this, if I remember correctly. Next, we have the ending for DCKO number 5. They are doing like some kind of epilogue. I don't know if it's like a one-shot or what for DCKO. I did enjoy DCKO. I know some people said like it kind of petered out and kind of fizzled out. I'm okay with like the ending of like Superman giving everybody the Omega energy and, you know, everybody coming to help. I know Superman doesn't like it when just one person wins. Kind of cheesy, I know, but I think it's cool for some characters to get some new power sets. So like, I'm all here for this. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping DCKO in my collection. I think I might just try to sell all of it off. All the stuff that I don't really want to keep, which is like all the spin-offs and stuff that I picked up, and like the main DCKO. I think it's like a one and done read for me, to be honest. I don't think I feel like I need to have it in my collection. I don't know what this says about me as a collector, but yeah. Next we have Batgirl issue number 17. This is the start of a new storyline, I believe, where Batgirl got her blood-bending powers, I think, in this, if I remember correctly. I have not read this because I'm like 2 issues behind on my reading. So yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. Then moving along to a disappointment. A disappointment, I have to say, which is Emperor Aquaman. They could have just kept the title of Aquaman, but this is Aquaman issue number 15. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I really liked Aquaman as a book, and I'm on the fence on whether or not I want to drop it, because when it was doing the DCKO stuff, the only one that was kind of good was the Hawkman issue where he fought Hawkman, but I just didn't care for this. I like the premise of him going to outer space and helping other planets and stuff. I think that's kind of cool, but I just, it made me lose interest about like what happens to Aquaman and stuff, which is sad to say because the series started out so strong, and I don't understand why they needed to rename it. Next, we have one I'm excited to read. I'm excited to read because I was hit or miss on the Batman Deadpool crossover we had. I liked the DC part, but I didn't like the Marvel part, which I probably should do reviews on those. Let me know if you want me to see reviews for the Batman Deadpool stuff. But I picked up this issue, Superman Spider-Man issue 1. I love this cover so much. I think it's the best cover out of all of the Superman Spider-Man. So we got why am I blanking on his name? Spider-Pig and then Crypto. Like, how cool is that? Just saying. I'm a big fan of this artist. I forget what her name is off the top of my head. But I have a bunch of her covers, and I'm so excited to dive into that and read it. It was on the fence for like, it was like kind of like a tie between the Spider Buggy and the Superman spaceship, and with the fist that he has, or the Crypto Spider Pig cover. I mean, with the Spider Pig cover. Then we have Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 16? No, 18. 18 right here. I'm way off on my numbering. So yeah, 18. I haven't read that yet, but eventually we'll get to it and we'll get a review out there. This one I'm really excited for because when I was reading the DCKO stuff, I really latched on to the Superman tie-ins for this. And I decided to pick up the Superman book ongoing. So that is Superman issue number 36. This is part of the Reign of the Superboys crossover / Supergirl, because Supergirl's in this too. Well, I think she's in her book, but not this book. But this one is just Superboy Prime doing his stuff, taking the place of Superman in Metropolis, and he goes to run a comic book store, or work at a comic book store, I guess you could say. So that kind of drew me in, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to read this. This looks like a lot of fun. Because I really liked that whole little story with him and Lois and whatnot. Next, we have Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 10. Not much to say about this. Coming to an end in 2 issues. Sad to see it end. Because it's a weird book. It's like the weirdest Absolute book, I think, out of all of the Absolute books. Next, we have End of Life, which is the Vertigo title. End of Life issue number 2, about a hitman who has to go into hiding into his hometown. I like the premise. I don't like the main character. I think he's very annoying and kind of a douchebag. Not even like a lovable douchebag. Just a douchebag. Just a plain old douchebag. And I'm not going to be picking any more of that issue or that thing up. Let me know if you like it or not, or like what your thoughts of End of Life are. Next, we have Lobo, which is part of the DC Next Level initiative or stuff. I have not read that yet. Then we have, let's get to the rest of them. We'll do this, rapid fire. We have Batwoman right there, issue number 1. I did not read that. Deathstroke, I did read and I did do a review on it. I really like Deathstroke. Then we have Absolute Flash as the start of a new storyline right here. And then last but not least, also a new storyline, we have Nightwing. Nightwing issue number 136. Those are all the books I picked up. This is a long video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Stay safe. Go read some comic books.